And welcome back to another review by Zombill. In today's review, we're going to take a look at a couple of products that I was able to purchase. One of which you can pretty much purchase anywhere right now. And I'll just go ahead and show you the package that you can pretty much guarantee that you can get it from anywhere. It's the Innokin iClear30. Now, this usually retails right now between anywhere. I've seen places go from as low as what was it? I think $14.99 upwards to about 20. So that's kind of ludicrous, that high, but that's what I've seen them go for. Now, I do know that my particular favorite place to shop will be carrying them in the near future, and this is a double review. So the juice that we're going to be using in the review for the Innokin iClear30 is one that I have not reviewed yet. So we're going to take a look at ECI's ButterScotch at 16 milligram, and it's a 70-30 PGBG mix. We'll get to that in a minute. Now, the Innokin iClear30, it pretty much came out right before the Innokin SBD. So on the package, it does say that it has a rotatable Knucklehead mouthpiece, drip tip, you so call. It's not changeable in this form. However, I have heard through the vaping community that there are people that have made the I believe it's called the CE4 adapter, but you have to shave the bottom portion of it down so far, and then you can fit any 510 drip tip into that. But you would have to actually sort through videos on YouTube to find that. However, I do know, I've heard through the grapevine, that Innokin is coming out with a version 2 that will have an adapter included with the iClear30 that you can put a 510 drip tip on, which is good. The iClear30 can hold 3 mils of juice, and it does have replaceable coil head. So on the side it says you can refill the Clearomizer, of course. Please do not refill the e-liquid into the center place like always. Crazy drip tip, rotatable with different angle, dual coil, coil is rebuildable, stainless steel material. Please keep out children and pets, obviously. So let's go ahead and crack the box and take a closer look at it. They do seal these things pretty good. I think I might have to invest in a box cutter in the near future. It's becoming a must with some of the newer stuff they're coming out with now. Okay, so now we have it open, and I'm just going to go ahead and pull the thing out and see if there's anything else in the box, which I'm having my doubts that there is, because Innokin usually doesn't do that. Nope, it's just a big foam pad. Well, thank you, Innokin. Or Innokin, however they pronounce their name. Now, the way that you would fill these, we'll get to in just a second. Let's just go ahead and take it apart and take a look at it. Most of your Clearomizers, you always can take apart. The changeable coil head ones, you can take apart at the bottom, which this one's no different. You just take it apart at the bottom, and just like any other one, you just unscrew it like you would normally. And this sucker is loaded with wicks. Let's have a closer look here, shall we? Look at that. It's a thing of beauty. So, go ahead and put that back in there. And yes, as you could see, it did have a drip well. So, all in all, well, they've got it screwed on pretty good and tight there. That's decent of them to do. All in all, it does have, well, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. So you count the top cap, which is the drip tip piece basically, the bottom post, your coil head, and the tube. So, alright. Now let's take the ButterScotch from ECI, and we'll go ahead and if you notice, look at how wide that is. That's a nice thing about Innokin products. They always take that into mind with the consumer. They tend to make their products a little bit wider than most other companies do. So they give the consumer a little bit more room to play with, a little bit more room to work with on their products. So I don't think you're going to have any trouble filling the iClear30. Definitely not. Okay, so let's take and put it down here. And we'll go ahead and fill this bad boy up to the 3 mil line. Give it a nice squeeze. Alright. And we'll put that back on there. Now, as far as I know, this is supposed to be standard resistance. Is it going to screw on there right? Yeah, there we go. So, basically, should look like that. That's about 3 mil line. Now, as with any Clearomizer that I've ever had, okay, I usually take and do this number with it. You know, get the wicks nice and saturated, rotate it around, get that liquid in there, get the coils nice and lubricated and wet, you know, and then, little tip for you, little trick tip tactic for you. I'm going to pull that condom off of there. Well, they got that on there real good. There's no way you could drip liquid down into that. There's no way. Would not work. So you could not use that as a drip tip. No way. So one of the tricks that you can use to get your juices flowing in a Clearomizer, just remember this. Just do maybe 4 or 5 dry hits before you put it on your mod or your ego, whatever it is you're going to use. Because see, what'll happen is that'll get the juices flowing throughout the chamber. That way you don't have to worry about getting a dry hit on that first time you inhale. So, let's go ahead and throw this on a mod. And the mod we're going to use today is my favorite mod. And this is a mod that we'll be taking a look at real soon on a very special upcoming return to review, the Vamo. And this is also something that you can get at ECI. So let's go ahead and screw that on there. And remember, you know, when you put your atomizing product onto your mods, don't screw them on there too tight. Just barely enough to where they're on there. Just make sure that they're tight, not over tight, just enough, you know, because you could end up snapping the connection point, or you could end up messing up your pin. Okay, so this looks really sleek. I like how that looks. Makes the Vamo stand out, and the iClear30 looks pretty sharp. So let's see what the resistance is. That way I know what to set the wattage at, because you know I'm a wattage vaper. Oh, this isn't standard resistance. This is low resistance, so this is right up my alley. This is 1.5 or 1.7 ohms. Nice. Okay, so just for practicality, I'm not going to turn the wattage up extremely high because I don't want to take the chance on blowing the coil head. So I'll go with a nice 8.5 watts. That way I get it warm enough to where I can taste the butterscotch. And we can see how well the iClear30 performs. And I'm also going to angle the iClear30 because I like that. It's pretty sharp. So we got the Innokin iClear30 at 1.7 ohms on the Vamo at 8.5 watts, and we got it filled with butterscotch at 16 milligrams at a 70-30 PG-VG ratio. Nothing left to do but to have a vape, try it out, and to have a taste. Wow, that's pretty good. I'm going to shut my fan off so we can get a better look at this. Very nice performance. Very nice indeed. And I'm loving this butterscotch. Very good taste. So, okay. I have to say, I like the wicking performance of the iClear30. What do I have to compare it to? Well, it definitely outperforms. I have to say it. It does outdo the one thing that I like. As far as taste goes, it does outperform my FU cartomizers, which are the first union cartomizers. And the taste is better than the CE4s and the CE5s that I've reviewed. Um, well, wait, no. Actually, I should say the taste is better than those. As far as performance goes, let's take a better look. I think it's right on par. The performance is right on par with the atomizer. The performance is actually just a little bit better than the KSD Vivi Nova. Um, hmm. It's about neck and neck with the S-body DCTs that I've reviewed. Now, as far as the taste goes, that is definitely butterscotch through and through. Okay, so the iClear30. It's worth the money, yes. But if you're going to get one, I would definitely suggest getting 2 or 3 of them at a time. And get a coil head package to go with it. Because I could see now that you're going to need to change the coil heads probably every 2 to 3 weeks from constant usage. Now, as far as the design of the iClear30 goes, I mean, look at it. It's brilliant. The packaging design, brilliant as well. So I'll give that a 10 out of 10. Now, the performance, the iClear30. It's almost a game changer, but not quite. Because there's something that I have that's a little bit better than that I've got coming up. Just not yet. Almost. I'll be reviewing that soon. However, this I will give a 9 out of 10. Now, ECI's ButterScotch. I would give the taste on that a 9 out of 10. I would definitely recommend that. You gotta buy it, and you gotta, buy. Now, the throat hit. It goes down smooth. It comes up more pleasant than it does going down, I'll tell you that. And it doesn't have a sweet taste to it. It has that hard candy taste to it, which is really good. So it works really well in conjunction with the taste. So I'm going to give the throat hit a 9 out of 10. Now, vapor production. Let's talk a little bit about that. Vapor production, most of your reviewers will say, it depends on your personal setup. Well, here's your personal setup on this case. You got the iClear30. you got the ammo. You guys know it's at 1.7 ohms. I've got it vaping at 8.5 watts. So, okay. But, here's the thing. The butterscotch that's in here has a PG-BG ratio of 70-30. Okay. So here's the thing. As long as your liquid has a BG ratio content, okay, that's going to push that vapor production up higher. Alright? Now, let's suppose you had a liquid that was 100% PG. You're not going to have any kind of vapor whatsoever. Maybe just a little bit, but not much. I've seen some PGs that have a little bit of vapor. And then I've seen 90-10 PG-BG. Okay, sure. But in the case of this, let me show you. So, your VG brings that vapor production up. And I can't stress this enough. It's not just the personal setup. So, I'll give the vapor production on the butterscotch a 9 out of 10 as well. So, there you have it, folks. The iClear30, as well as ECI's ButterScotch. I'll post the links down below like I always do. And I hope you enjoyed the review. Please subscribe to my YouTube. And as always, and until next time, happy vaping.